Hello students, this is our third lecture on direct and bending stresses. In this lecture, we will solve few problems based upon direct and bending stresses. This is our third problem. A short column, external diameter 80 mm and internal diameter 40 mm is subjected to eccentric load of 80 kN. Eccentricity is 10 mm. Find minimum and maximum stresses. So first of all, we will find out given data. Let capital D is equal to 80 mm. This is the external diameter, and small d internal diameter 40 mm. Eccentricity E is equal to 10 mm, and applied load P is equal to 80 kN, which is equal to 80 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. And in this problem, we have to find out minimum and maximum stresses. So first of all, we will draw one figure. This is a internal diameter 40 mm and this is the external diameter, and load is placed here 10 mm away from the axis of this circular column. We know the formula for solid circular shaft. A is equal to pi by 4 d raised to 2 or d square. So for the hollow circular column, this formula modifies as pi by 4 capital D square minus small d square. So put the values in this equation. Therefore cross section area means this much of area. This much of area, pi by 4 external diameter 80 square minus internal diameter 40 square. Therefore cross sectional area A is equal to 3769.91 mm square. So our first stress, direct stress, can be calculated as sigma d is equal to load divided by area. Load is 80 into 10 raised to 3 and area we have calculated it here. So sigma d is equal to 8 into 10 raised to 3 divided by this area. Therefore sigma d direct stress is equal to 21.22 Newton per mm square. And this is compressive in nature. So the stress distribution diagram for direct stress can be drawn like this, and magnitude of direct stress is 21.22. As at the middle of this column there is no material, that's why in this portion there is no stress developed. Next, for bending stress, for calculation of bending stress, we know the formula m by I is equal to sigma b by y. So bending moment can be calculated force multiplied by perpendicular distance. Here force is 80 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, and perpendicular distance means eccentricity is E is equal to 10 mm. Therefore capital M is equal to 8 into 10 raised to 3 multiplied by this eccentricity 10. Therefore bending moment is equal to 80 into 10 raised to 4 Newton mm. Now for moment of inertia about y-axis Iyy, we know the formula for moment of inertia Iyy for circular section pi by 64 d raised to 4. This formula for solid section, but in this problem we have hollow section. Therefore this formula can be modified as pi by 64 divided by capital external diameter raised to 4 minus internal diameter raised to 4. So put all the values, pi by 64 in bracket 80 raised to 4 minus 40 raised to 4, it gives Iyy. Iyy means moment of inertia about y axis is equal to 1.885 into 10 raised to 6 mm raised to 4. Now small y, extreme layer distance from neutral axis, as external diameter is 80, so the half of external diameter 80 divided by 2, therefore small y is equal to 40 mm. So put all these values in equation. This is value of bending moment, this is value of moment of inertia, and this is a y, and sigma b is unknown. So bending stress sigma b is equal to 16.97 Newton per mm square. Now this figure shows the stress distribution diagram for bending stress. This is a compressive plus 16.98 and this one is minus 16.98. This part is tensile. So maximum bending moment can be calculated sigma d plus sigma b, 21.22 plus 16.97, it gives 38.19 Newton per mm square. This is a maximum stress produced in a hollow pipe, and sigma minimum can be calculated sigma d minus sigma b, which is equal to 21.22 minus 16.97. It gives sigma minimum is equal to 4.25 Newton per mm square. This is a positive, this is also positive. Therefore, these two are compressive in nature. These two values also can be calculated here. This is a figure for direct stress, and this is stress distribution diagram for bending stress. This is a plus 21.22. This is also plus 21.22. This is a minus 16.98. This is a plus 16.98. So addition of this and these two, addition of these plus these, it gives maximum stress, which is equal to 38.19 Newton per mm square, this value, and this value 21.22 plus this value, it gives plus 4.25 Newton per mm square, and this is a minimum stress in the hollow pipe. Problem number 4. A short column of hollow rectangular cross section has an external dimension 2.4 meter by 1.8 meter and 20 mm thickness. It carries a vertical load of 500 kN at an eccentricity of 30 mm from a geometric axis of a section bisecting the longer side. Find the maximum and minimum stresses. So in this problem, first we will find out what is given, and then we will prepare the drawing of this short column or hollow rectangular column. So given data, force P is equal to 500 kilonewton, which is equal to 500 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Eccentricity E is equal to 30 mm, and we have to find out maximum and minimum stresses. So I have drawn figure here. The section of the column is 2.4 meter, which is equal to 2400 mm by 1800, which is equal to 1.8 meter, and thickness is 20 mm. So thickness is 20. So 1800 minus this 20 and this 20, it should be 1760, and 2400 minus this 20 and this 20, this 2360, and here P shown at a eccentricity of 30 mm. The load is applied 30 mm from geometric axis of section bisecting the longer side. This is a longer side and this axis bisecting longer side, therefore P should be here. So first direct stress sigma D is equal to simply load divided by cross sectional area. We know the magnitude of load 500 into 10 raised to 3. For the calculation of area, first of all we will calculate all these area, and then we will subtract this much of area. So we will get the area of this cross section. So sigma D is equal to this P 500 into 10 raised to 3, and whole area 2400 multiplied by this 1800 minus the area which we will subtract 2360 multiplied by this should be 1760, this 1760. It gives direct stress is equal to 3 Newton per mm square. Now for bending stress, we know the formula M by I is equal to sigma B by Y. Now for bending moment is equal to force multiplied by perpendicular distance. We know the force 500 into 10 raised to 3 and perpendicular distance this 30 mm. So M is equal to 500 into 10 raised to 3 multiplied by this eccentricity 30. So capital M is equal to 15 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. This is value of bending moment. Now for I, moment of inertia about y axis, capital dB cube divided by 12 minus small dB cube divided by 12, whereas capital D is this 2400 and small d is 2360, capital B is 1800 and small b is 2360. So moment of inertia, put all these value. So moment of inertia I is equal to 9.422 into 10 raised to 10 mm raised to 4. Now y, extreme layer distance from neutral axis, it is equal to 1800 divided by 2, therefore y is equal to 900. Put all these values in equation. 15 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 9.422 into 10 raised to 10 is equal to sigma b divided by 900. So it gives sigma b bending stress is equal to 0.1433 Newton per mm square. So sigma max is equal to sigma d plus sigma b. So put all these values, 3 plus 0.1433, it gives sigma max is equal to 3.1433 Newton per mm square. This is a positive in nature, so it is compressive, and sigma minimum is equal to direct stress minus bending stress, 3 minus 0.1433, so sigma minimum is equal to 2.8567. It is also positive in nature, therefore it is compressive.